Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, guys? It is D-Dun here, the most chill COD player, bringing you some more Black Ops 3 action, playing some 6v6 domination on the map Redwood, and I'm rocking the 48 Dredge. So we're going to briefly discuss this gun for just a minute. It is a 6-round burst LMG, the first of its kind, and this thing is a monster if you learn how to use it. Now, in this gameplay, I am using quickdraw, stock, and suppressor. My perks, as you can see right here, are Ghost, Scavenger, Dead Silence, and Awareness. If I haven't mentioned already, I do drop 73 kills. I have a really strong first round. An average second round culminates in 73 kills. It could have been so much more because the score was pretty much tied after the first half. I had full streaks ready to go. But once my streaks were in the air, my teammates started triple capping, and the game ended a lot earlier than it had to. But nonetheless, once again, like I was saying, let's real quickly talk about the 48 Dredge. So it's a 6-round burst LMG. It shoots super fast. The iron sights are not the best. They kind of remind me a lot of the MK48 from Black Ops 2, but they're a little bit more clear. They do have that orange reticle around, which kind of lights it up a little bit, lets you be a little bit more precise. This gun is an absolute monster. They just actually nerfed it by reducing the fire rate of the burst, so when you're actually shooting, the speed at which your bullets come out has been reduced. I don't think I've actually used it since then, but I'm sure it is still amazing. I will have to tell you guys one thing about using this gun is that you do have to be a little bit patient. So you have to hold your aim on your target for a little bit longer than you would with, say, the XR2 or the M8, because you have to dump out 6 rounds as opposed to 3 or 4. So, you have to make sure that you hit, at least 4 to 6 of your shots. So you're going to have to maintain your accuracy a little bit longer. That being said, if you can be patient, like I said, if you can be patient and hit all 6 shots, you will one burst everyone, no matter what range, all the time. It's pretty much that simple. If you can hit all 6 shots, and this gun is very accurate, so you will not have any problems with recoil. It's merely just a matter of making sure that you are keeping on your target. You will kill everyone in one burst. You can see from the previous gunfight, I had that guy lined up. He is a very long distance away from me, and I managed to take him out with the swiftness because I was patient and I kept my crosshairs on him and just one bursted him across the map, even with a suppressor. This is one of the best guns in the game with a suppressor, no doubt. If you can get used to iron sights, you don't really have to pack on a whole lot of attachments. I will say some of the most useful attachments for burst rifles, you would think rapid fire would be great, but it is really not, because it doesn't increase the time that your bullets come out. It just decreases the time in between your bursts, so it doesn't really help out that much. I really just like quick draw, stock, and suppressor. And then if you would like to add on another attachment, or if you don't want to go with a suppressor, then I highly recommend either fast mags or extended mags, because since it is a 6-round burst, you're gonna get only about 6 or 8 bursts before you need to reload, which, like I said, since you can one burst everyone, you can take out quite a few people. But if your aim's a little sloppy, or you get into a strange gunfight where you can't hit all your bullets, say a guy's head glitching, you're gonna need to reload a lot. So fast mags and extended mags is also great attachments. Also, my score streak setup in this game, I'm using the Sentry Gun, the Wraith, and the Wraps. Also, this is pre score streak buff, just so you guys know, and this is also pre-nerf on the 48 Dredge. So I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay in the background. It's pretty strong showing of my streaks, pretty strong showing of my gun skill. Well, what little gun skill I have of showing off how good this gun is. But what I actually want to talk about today is something kind of personal. We're not really going to talk about Call of Duty too much, even though we did just talk about it for like 4 minutes. But what I really want to talk about with you guys today is that my daughter just turned 3, which, to you guys personally, I understand it's not really, that big or that maybe that interesting of a topic, but just stay patient and hear me out here, because, I'm pretty young for a father, right? Not super young, but I just turned 27 in October, and my daughter's already 3 years old. And it's made me really reflect it's made me really reflect on the past 3 years of my life, because this has been the fastest 3 years of my life that I can ever remember. Time has just flown by in a way that I never thought possible. If you're in elementary school or high school, there are so many days where you just feel like every day just drags on and on and on, and you feel like you're never going to get out of school. You feel like you're never going to get on with your real life. And honestly, guys, I want to go back to that sometime so bad, just because like I said, these last 3 years, they have gone by so fast, and my daughter has grown up so fast. It's so strange. We have, pictures, of course, all over the house of my kids, and one in particular on my dresser, just to the left of me here, is from her, from one of her very first ultrasounds. She's like the size of a jelly bean, and at her third birthday party, we rented out this tea room, and we hired Elsa and Anna impersonators to come, and they sang with her, and they opened presents with her, and it's so crazy to think that we raised this tiny human being from something that couldn't even open its eyes or move or eat on its own. And she had a very traumatic birth, which is kind of a long story, so I won't really talk about it too much in depth, but just know that we had to stay in the intensive care unit for a week. We had to stay in the hospital for a week after her birth. So her birth was a 30-hour labor, so it was incredibly strenuous on me and my wife, that whole experience. And just think how far she's come to go from that to, this tiny little girl, this tiny little, like, a very small adult in some ways, who just, is dancing and singing and playing. She has emotions, she has real feelings, she can express herself, she's artistic, she's, to some degree quite articulate for her age. And it's just crazy that the last 3 years of my life, one of my biggest accomplishments is just raising this small child to be who she is today. She's a blast. Of course, kids are one of the most frustrating and challenging experiences you will ever have in your life, for sure. Definitely extremely challenging, but the rewards are just so great whenever you get to experience these moments, like I've experienced these precious moments, these memories that you're going to have for the rest of your life. I don't think I will ever forget how excited she was when she saw Anna and Elsa, coming into the room. She was just, she just lit up. And she was just like, "Oh, hi, Anna, hi, Elsa." And she runs up and she's dancing, she's singing "Let It Go." And it's a remarkable experience being a father. It's an experience like you can never imagine. And I am not telling you guys to go out and have kids. By no means am I saying that, because if you're not ready, then trust me, you are not ready. It is a challenge. But it's just made me really think about these last 3 years and how really blessed I am in the position that I am. I have some other big news that I will be sharing with you guys most likely in my next commentary, or the one after that. Just some personal stuff. But really just reflecting on my life these past 3 years, raising this tiny individual, it makes me really realize, how incredible life is, how precious it is, and how lucky I am to live the life that I do lead. And a big part of that is you guys, and but nothing can compare to the joy and the incredible experience of being a father and getting to raise my daughter, and now my son, who turns 1 on Saturday. It's absolutely mind-boggling to me, but nonetheless, I really just wanted to kind of talk to you guys and just kind of reflect. I know I didn't really cover anything specifically, but it's an incredible experience being a father, and it's just crazy to think that this tiny little jelly bean 3 years ago is now actual person that I can actually somewhat have a conversation with. And that's just a really trippy thought, and it's just something I really wanted to share with you guys. So anyway, that is the video for you guys today. I hope you did enjoy it. The gameplay in the background I think was solid. The 48 Dredge, give it a shot, try it. And if you guys are a parent, or maybe about to become a parent, thinking about becoming a parent, let me know in the comment section. Have you guys had some great experiences? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? And you know, or just leave a comment about Call of Duty. Of course, obviously, I love talking about Call of Duty. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this channel. But today, I really just wanted to talk about my kids, or at least my daughter, because I love her and she's 3 now, and it's a remarkable, awe-inspiring experience. But like I said, that's the video today, guys. If you did enjoy it, feel free to leave a like. If you hated it, then dislike and leave me a comment why. Leave me any other comments of anything you'd like to add. Make sure to check out all the links below in the description. And if you are new to my channel and you enjoy my content, a subscription is always appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.